G'day guys and welcome to Aussie English. My objective here is to teach you guys the English spoken down under. So whether you want to speak like a fair dinkum Aussie or you just want to understand what the flippin' hell we're on about when we're having a yarn, you've come to the right place. So sit back, grab a cuppa and enjoy Aussie English. G'day guys and welcome to this episode of Aussie English. Today I want to run you through the Paul Hogan ad from 1984. So this is that ad that I showed you in a previous episode or linked you to in a previous episode where Paul Hogan or Crocodile Dundee, a famous Australian actor, appears in an ad for the US that was used in order to encourage people to come to Australia as tourists from the US. So today I want to run you through each line of this ad. It's a 40-second or so ad and he uses a lot of Australian slang. So I thought it would be a perfect way to practice some of these terms and expressions. So here we go.
America, you look like you need a holiday. A fair dinkum holiday. In the land of wonder. The land down under. Now, there's a few things I got to warn you about. Firstly, you're going to get wet. Because the place is surrounded by water. Oh, and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. Because every day's a good day in Australia.
G'day, Paul.
G'day, love. Apart from that, no worries. You'll have the time of your life in Australia. Because we talk the same language. Although you lot do have a funny accent. Come on, come and say g'day. I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for you. Come and say g'day.
So, let's break it down for you guys. The first line is, America, you look like you need a holiday. America, you look like you need a holiday. So you'll notice in that sentence that holiday gets turned into holiday. So quite a few words in Australian English actually have the H dropped from the front of them. So like here, holiday becomes holiday. And it's just another one of those ways that we can speed up how we speak if we drop the H. Other examples of words that come to mind are his, hers, him, her, which often become is, hers, im, her. So like dad gave her a dog. I took his car for a spin. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at her. So we'll often drop that H and just say im, is, hers. So that's the first sentence. The next sentence is a fair dinkum holiday. A fair dinkum holiday. A fair dinkum holiday. So again, he's dropped that H from holiday, and fair dinkum holiday means a real, a true, a legitimate holiday. You really look like you need a full-on serious holiday. You need to get away and have a vacation. The next line, in the land of wonder, the land down under. In the land of wonder, the land down under. So the land of wonder, it just means a wonderful land, a country full of wonders, of sights, of beautiful scenery, like Ayers Rock or the Sydney Harbour Bridge. And it's a rhyme with under, the land down under. So the land down under is a common way of referring to Australia because we're in the southern hemisphere, under or below the northern hemisphere, below the equator. Unlike America, Canada, and England. We were the colony that is down under all the other colonies. The next sentence. Now there's a few things I've got to warn you about. Now there's a few things I've got to warn you about. Now there's a few things I've got to warn you about. So in this sentence, you'll notice that I've gotta is I've got to. The T's turn into D's and it becomes a I've gotta, I've got to warn you about. And then at the end, the about is actually you about. So I've got to warn you about. But in order to speed it up, the you becomes a ya and the about just becomes bout. And that A is sort of swallowed. So it's I've gotta warn ya about. Ya about. So now there's a few things I've got to warn you about. The next sentence is, firstly, you're going to get wet because the place is surrounded by water. Firstly, you're going to get wet because the place is surrounded by water. Firstly, you're going to get wet because the place is surrounded by water. So it sounds strange when I say it slowly, at least to me it does, but in this sentence you'll notice that you're gonna is in there and the you're gonna is you are going to, and that when sped up in Australian English often becomes you're gonna, you're gonna, you're gonna, you're gonna. Firstly, you're gonna get wet, you're gonna get wet. And then the second part, I'm not sure if you noticed or not, but the water, the word water, firstly, we pronounce ER in Australian English as an ah, so there's no real we don't really say that ah like Americans and English people often do. We say ah, and the T in water became a D, so it sounds like water, 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 water. Firstly, you're going to get wet because the place is surrounded by water, water. The next sentence is, oh, and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. Oh, and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. Oh, and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. So in this sentence, again, you might notice that we're saying you're going to, and then the expression g'day, which is just the abbreviated or shortened version of good day, which we would never say. That sounds incredibly formal to me. The next one is, because every day is a good day in Australia. Because every day is a good day in Australia. Because every day is a good day in Australia. So in this sentence at the very start, that 'cause is the shortened version of because. And instead of saying because or even just cause, we often just shorten it to 'cause. Because every day is a good day in Australia. It's so brief right at the start of a sentence that it's just a 'cause. And the pronunciation of Australia, depending on the person, often if they enunciate really well, it's Australia, yeah, at the end, not ia. It's Australia, 3 syllables. But often Australians will just say Straya in Australia, Australia. So you'll have those kinds of variations. So whether or not you want to use that in language is one thing, but it's good that you can recognize Australia, Australia, etc. And the next one is G'day Paul. So that's the lady just saying hello Paul. The one after that is G'day love. G'day love. G'day love. And the love in that sense is actually just a term of endearment. It's really informal. It's very familiar. It's used by both men and women to refer to both men and women. But for me, it tends to be something that you will come across when you go into the country in Australia, into rural areas, and buy things from shops, especially when it's a woman behind the counter. This is when I remember hearing it the most. The woman will always refer to me or any other customer as love. So if I choose something to buy in a store and I walk up to pay for it, she'll be like, is that all love? Just this love? Anything else love? So it's very common like that. And also family members will often refer to me or anyone else as love. So my grandparents will often call me love, or at least my grandmother will often call me love. The next sentence is, apart from that, no worries. Apart from that, no worries. Apart from that, no worries. So in this one, no worries means there's nothing to worry about. There are no worries. There's no problem. Don't worry about it. So this is often said when it's sort of like you're welcome, no worries, no worries. In this sense, he's listed those things beforehand. You're going to get wet and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. But apart from that, no worries. So that's all you have to learn. There's no problem. It's easy. And I should also mention that no worries is often turned into no wuckers in common Australian English today, especially by the younger generation. And that's come about more recently, I think, since I finished high school. So within the last 10 years, it's become very common. If you hear no wuckers, no wuckers, no wuckers, it's just another way of saying no worries. No wuckers, no worries. Same thing. The next sentence is, you'll have the time of your life in Australia. You'll have the time of your life in Australia. So the time of your life is just another way of saying you're going to have an amazing time, effectively the best time in your entire life. The sentence after that is, because we talk the same language. Because we talk the same language. And you'll notice that cause at the start again, the shortened version of because we talk the same language. The following sentence is, although you lot do have a funny accent. Although you lot do have a funny accent. In this case, you lot, it's the same word as a lot. It just means you all or you guys. It's another way of saying you plural. So in this ad, he's referring to Americans saying you lot have a really funny accent. The next sentence is, come on, come and say g'day. Come on, come and say g'day. And when really sped up, it's, come on, come and say g'day. So there's two things in this sentence. Come on at the very start gets shortened to come on. So it's sort of like a k at the start and then mon after that. And it's just that abbreviated way of saying come on, which means have a go, give it a shot, get into it, try it. Come on, come on. And also you'll notice that when he says come and say g'day, the n is just a shortened way of saying and. So instead of saying come and say g'day or good day, he says come and say g'day. Come and say g'day. Come and say g'day. Come and say g'day. Come on, come and say g'day. So it really speeds up when you do those abbreviations. And the very last sentence is, I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for you. I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for you. I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for you. So there's a few slang terms in there. But firstly, I'll talk about slip. Slip just means to slide or to glide. It's like you can slip into clothes. You can slip on the ground. If you step on a banana skin, you'll slip over. You'll trip. So slip another extra shrimp on the Barbie means he's just going to slide another shrimp on. He'll put it on the Barbie, on the barbecue. There's the word Barbie as well. That's slang term for barbecue. And in this form, he's using on the Barbie. So he's talking about the barbecue itself, the piece of machinery, or the equipment to cook with. And at the very end of this sentence, he says, yeah, instead of for you. So I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for ya. Yeah. And that's just another way of saying you. It's very, very common in Australian English. Anyway, that's probably long enough for today. I'm going to play the ad one more time at the end, just so you can hear it at full pace, at full speed, and then have another listen, practice these sentences, just listen and repeat, familiarize yourself with these terms. Whether or not you're actually going to use them yourself, it doesn't matter, but it's good to be able to hear these things and understand them, especially if you're going into rural areas in Australia. A lot of people are going to speak like this, use these terms and speak very quickly using these abbreviations, and not necessarily turn it off when you try and speak to them. So they won't change how they speak if you speak to them, especially if they're not used to speaking to foreigners. They will just use their everyday Australian English. So until next time, guys, have a good one.
America, you look like you need a holiday. A fair dinkum holiday. In the land of wonder. The land down under. Now, there's a few things I got to warn you about. Firstly, you're going to get wet. Because the place is surrounded by water. Oh, and you're going to have to learn to say g'day. Because every day's a good day in Australia.
G'day, Paul.
G'day, love. Apart from that, no worries. You'll have the time of your life in Australia. Of course, we talk the same language. Although you lot do have a funny accent. Come on, come and say g'day. I'll slip an extra shrimp on the Barbie for you. Come and say g'day.